Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show, your one-stop shop for everything rugby league. And in today's episode, we've got a damn boozler for you. Yes, I am putting my predictions out there of 8 coaches that could be sacked in 2025. And I ranked them from 8th to 1. Yes, these are the 8 coaches that I think can potentially be sacked right away and potentially really be put to the sword. So let's check it out how I rank this from 8 to 1. Number 8, and on the list, and if he has another dud season, even though he signed long term, is the potential for them to move on. Number 8 is the Warriors coach, Andrew Webster. He says the right things, he does the right things, but at the end of the day, it comes down to what you do on the field. And Tohu Harris is gone. He needs to prove that he can coach this team and not be reliant on their star captain. Now James Fisher-Harris will likely take that mantle over, so Andrew Webster has got some thinking to do in terms of his coaching. I don't think he will be sacked, but if they ran last or something, then that's when anything can happen. But he's my least likely of this group to get sacked. Number 7, Des Hasler. Well, they sacked Justin Holbrook just like that, and they brought Des Hasler in. He missed the finals. If they miss the finals again, he could be scratching his head, and the mad scientist, his career's over. I think Des Hasler really needs to turn it around. If he doesn't turn it around soon, in this year or next year, it could be the end of his coaching career. I think he's under pressure, Des Hasler. But I expect the Titans to go close to the top 8, but whether they can get over the line, we will see. Number 6, Todd Payton. Yes, Todd Payton. I expect the Cowboys to miss the boat this year, and they could miss it by a big way. And the Jason Tomalolo situation continues to reap on. One of them's got to go, I think. They've got to decide who. Who is it? Does he go, Tomalolo? I think they've tried, but it's the money. Teams will probably only pay him 500, 400k. That's a big weight to burden, so that's why we don't see Jason Tamalolo move clubs. Interesting move to see what happens there in the future, but the Todd Payton's the chance. Then we'll go to number 5 here, Benji Marshall. Yes, Benji boy, the man. Well, all the players love him. Everyone's saying they love him, but he's got to get the results. And this is the year. He's got no excuses. He's got his players he wants. He's got to deliver. He's put the pressure on the players that turned back weak from Premier. I expect improvement from the Tigers, but top 8 would be a miracle. If it happens, I'll be just genius. Congratulations. Jerome Law is a big in, but I just don't know if they got the forward pack and a few of the back lines to really match it with the top teams, and that's my concern. They need a few more talented players. They've got the spine. For me, they've got the spine. But it's just getting the rest of the team following the same. Benji, I think he'll be safe for another year, even if they go bad. But I think the year after, he will really be under the pump. Number 4, Christian Wolf. Well, I'm expecting him to fall off a cliff. But would you sack a coach after 1 year? They generally don't. But I still think the Dolphins could be in for a disastrous year. I could be proved wrong. But Christian Wolf is definitely a gun player. A gun coach. Not a gun coach for Tonga, but whether he can do it for a head coaching role, we will see. He's under a lot of pressure trying to take on the Wayne Bennett afterwards, and we know what happens quite often. It's a big lull, so big pressure on Christian Wolf to pull that off. Number 3, Shane Flanagan. Yes, I got Shane Flanagan there. I love him as a coach, and he's probably going to prove me wrong again, but his team is so weak. It's very weak. It's the weakest in the comp. It really is. I just don't know what... He'll probably prove me wrong again, but this time, surely it's going to be close to the bottom of this team. It's just not up to it. Not up to it, but he's obviously a coach who gets his players up. And Guffo coming in, Damon Cook. And they'll prove me wrong, probably. But, yes, for me, I see them coming near the bottom and pressure on Flanagan. But I don't expect them to be sacked. But if they came last, then maybe. Number 2, Adam O'Brien. I nearly have him as number 1. Big pressure on him. I think there's big pressure. If he fails, I think he's gone. But that's a question mark. Will he fail or will they bounce up? And it'll be depending on how he selects his halves, how he gets that rolling, how he thinks that's going to play out. I think there's big options there to really see it be a disaster or great. Will he pick and stick? That's been the problem. He has been able to pick and stick over the last couple of years. Will he finally pick and stick? Otherwise, I think Knights faithful will had enough. And my number one, and expected to be sacked first in 2025, is Ricky Sticky Stewart. Now, what am I basing this on? I'm basing it on they have done nothing for a long time now. I think 2019 was the last time they were in the grand final, and a long time between drinks for the Canberra Raiders. I just think they need another person. I really do. I just think they need another answer. It's a bit like the David Furness saga, same sort of thing. They were there for so long, but don't deliver you the premiership. You need premierships. You're not delivering the premiership. You need to move on. Maybe bring big Mal Meninga back in. I'm not sure. I mean, I like Ricky Stewart as a coach and all that, but yeah, for me, if you're not performing, if he was any other Sydney club, he would be gone. Absolutely gone. But because it's Canberra, it's all quiet. We love our best mate. That's why Ricky Stewart is still there. But if he was at Sydney, he would be long gone and probably never coach again. And that's the question mark for Ricky Stewart, is will he get another coaching gig if he did get the sack? That's probably the question mark a lot of people will be answering. But he's obviously a favourite son of a lot of people. That's why he keeps getting his gig. And he probably continue to stay on. But I'm just putting it out there. But that's my 8 coaches potentially that could get sacked in 2025. I think all the other ones are pretty much safe for now, unless something went real bad at Parramatta with Jason Ross. But yeah, to me, yeah, there's going to be someone sacked. There's just no doubt. It just happens every year now. But who's it going to be? I'd put it on Ricky Stewart and O'Brien. But if Flanagan, Benji, Payton, Christian Wolf, any of these ones run last, then I think they'll be sacked. Even Andrew Webster and even Desmond Hasler. If they ran that bad, anywhere right down the bottom, those coaches could be sacked. But for me, Adam O'Brien or Ricky Stewart could get sacked for just missing the 8 this season. So it's going to be interesting how that plays out. That's the Barry Charles Footy Show for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with plenty more on this channel just for you.